Have you ever wondered what the most terrifying place on Earth really is? It's not an abandoned city. It's not a haunted forest. And it isn't even outer space. It's somewhere we've been looking at for thousands of years, yet we've barely explored it. Beneath the waves lies a world so alien, so hostile, that some scientists say it's actually easier to study the surface of Mars than the deepest parts of our own ocean. Down there, sunlight doesn't exist. The pressure can crush steel. And creatures have evolved into forms so bizarre, they don't even seem real. But what you're about to see isn't science fiction. Every single one of these animals actually exists. And somehow, they survive in one of the harshest environments on Earth. The deeper we go, the stranger everything becomes. Imagine standing alone in the middle of the ocean. No land, no ships. Just endless water, stretching in every direction. Now, imagine looking straight down. At first, sunlight still reaches beneath the surface, filling the water with shades of blue. Fish swim peacefully. Coral reefs burst with color. Life feels familiar. But then, you keep descending. 100 meters. 200. 500. The light slowly disappears. Blue turns into gray. Gray fades into black. Eventually,
the sun, the same star that powers almost every ecosystem on Earth, simply vanishes. From this point onward, night lasts forever. This is the beginning of the deep ocean, a place where evolution had to rewrite almost every rule of survival. Without sunlight, plants cannot grow. Without plants, food becomes incredibly scarce. Every meal is a matter of life or death. And that's exactly why the creatures living here evolved into some of the strangest animals our planet has ever produced. Many of them don't chase food. They wait. Patiently. Perfectly still.
sometimes for days, sometimes for weeks, until something unfortunate swims just a little too close. But darkness creates another enormous problem. How do you find anything when you can't see? The answer is almost unbelievable. The animals simply created their own light. This incredible ability is called bioluminescence. Instead of reflecting sunlight, their bodies produce it. Tiny chemical reactions inside specialized organs generate glowing blue or green light that cuts through the endless darkness. It's one of the greatest natural inventions on Earth. And almost every creature uses it differently. Some flash like warning signals. Others communicate with potential mates. Some camouflage themselves by matching the faint light coming from above. And a few use light as the perfect trap. Imagine floating through complete darkness. Suddenly, you notice a tiny glowing dot. It looks harmless, almost beautiful. You swim closer, closer. Then, without warning, an enormous mouth explodes out of the darkness. The light wasn't food, it was bait. One of the ocean's most terrifying predators had been waiting the entire time. And that's only the beginning. Because in the deep sea, looking attractive can actually be one of the deadliest hunting strategies ever evolved. The deeper scientists explore, the more unbelievable these creatures become. Some fish have transparent heads that allow them to see upward without moving.
Others have mouths so large they can swallow prey almost their own size. Some barely have muscles because conserving energy matters more than speed.
Everything about these animals seems wrong until you realize every bizarre feature is actually a perfect solution to surviving impossible conditions. The deep ocean doesn't reward beauty. It rewards efficiency. Every tooth, every glowing organ, every oversized eye, every strange body shape exists because millions of years of evolution eliminated every design that didn't work. It's nature performing engineering under extreme conditions. But if darkness wasn't dangerous enough, another invisible force shapes every creature living below: pressure. At sea level, your body experiences 1 atmosphere of pressure. Comfortable, normal, you don't even notice it. But every 10 meters you descend underwater, that pressure increases. By the time you reach several thousand meters below the surface, the weight pressing on your body becomes almost unimaginable. It's like having dozens of fully loaded airplanes pushing down on every square meter around you.
A human wouldn't survive. Most submarines wouldn't survive. Yet countless animals live there every single day as if nothing unusual is happening. How? Their bodies evolved in ways that seem almost impossible. They don't fight the pressure. They become part of it. Their tissues are flexible. Their bones are reduced or completely absent. And many lack the air-filled spaces that would instantly collapse in shallow water animals. It's as if evolution redesigned life from scratch. And somehow, it worked. But pressure and darkness are only half the story. Because somewhere even deeper lives a predator whose appearance has terrified scientists, inspired sea monster legends, and remained hidden from human eyes for centuries. And unlike almost every creature we've seen so far, this one doesn't need glowing lights. Its sheer size is enough to turn the darkness itself into a nightmare. But before we meet that giant,
there's another creature waiting in the abyss, one whose face alone has become one of the most disturbing images ever captured in the ocean. The deeper our journey continues, the more it feels like we've left Earth behind. There are no colorful coral reefs here, no beams of sunlight, no familiar sounds. Just endless darkness, broken only by the occasional flash of living light. And somewhere within that darkness, one of the ocean's strangest hunters silently waits. The anglerfish has become famous across the world, but photographs barely capture how unsettling this animal truly is. Its enormous mouth is lined with long, needle-like teeth that never completely fit inside its jaw. Its eyes seem almost lifeless. Its body looks as though evolution simply stopped caring about appearances. But every detail serves a purpose. The deep sea doesn't reward beauty. It rewards survival. The glowing lure extending from the anglerfish's head acts like a fishing rod built directly into its body. Small fish, shrimp, and squid see the tiny light floating in the darkness and instinctively investigate. In a place where almost nothing shines, even the smallest glow can mean hope. But for the curious prey, hope becomes the last mistake they ever make. The attack happens so quickly that high-speed cameras barely capture it. The anglerfish opens its jaws in a fraction of a second, creating powerful suction that pulls nearby water and anything inside it straight into its mouth. No long chase, no dramatic pursuit, just perfect patience. One precise movement, then complete silence once again.
Yet even this terrifying predator isn't the strangest relationship found in the abyss. Some species of anglerfish have evolved one of the most unbelievable reproductive strategies in the entire animal kingdom. The males are tiny, sometimes hundreds of times smaller than the females. Their only purpose is to find a mate. And once they finally do, they bite her body. Then something extraordinary happens. Instead of letting go, they slowly fuse together. Their skin merges. Their bloodstreams connect. Eventually, the male loses his eyes, his digestive system, almost every organ except the ones needed for reproduction. He literally becomes part of the female's body. Imagine evolution deciding that the safest way to survive is not to stay together, but to become one organism. It sounds like science fiction, yet it happens every day in the deep ocean. If evolution can create something that bizarre, what else is hiding below? Scientists ask themselves the same question, because every expedition into the abyss seems to reveal another creature unlike anything previously imagined. Take the gulper eel. At first glance, it barely resembles an eel at all. Its body is incredibly thin. Its tail stretches like a whip. But its mouth is enormous. It can open so wide that the head appears far too small to support it. Why evolve such an oversized jaw? Because food is incredibly rare. A creature may go days, weeks, sometimes even longer without finding a meal. So when food finally appears, you don't risk letting it escape. You eat whatever you can, even if it looks impossibly large. In the deep ocean, the next opportunity may never come. Then, there are the dragonfish, small, dark, almost invisible, until they reveal one incredible secret. Unlike most deep-sea animals, which produce blue or green light, some dragonfish can generate red light. That might not sound impressive, until you realize almost no other deep-sea creature can see red. Imagine carrying a flashlight that only you can detect. You can search for prey, watch every movement, while remaining completely invisible. Nature invented night vision millions of years before humans ever dreamed about it. The deeper researchers look, the more they discover that evolution often solves problems in ways engineers could never imagine. But perhaps nothing captures the mystery of the deep sea more than the creatures that humans almost never witness alive. For centuries, sailors returned from long voyages with unbelievable stories. They spoke of enormous tentacles rising from beneath their ships, massive arms wrapping around hulls, shadowy monsters disappearing into black water before anyone could react. Most people dismiss these stories as myths, sea legends. They're designed to notice something far more terrifying: the silhouette of an even larger predator approaching from below, because even giants can become prey. And that predator may be the most powerful hunter the deep ocean has ever produced. Its battles with giant squid leave scars that can still be seen today. Massive circular marks, evidence of encounters taking place in complete darkness, far below where humans can survive. And what scientists have learned from those battles completely changes the way we think about life in the abyss. But that's a story that deserves one final descent. Because the deepest part of the ocean still holds mysteries that no camera has fully revealed. And what waits there may be stranger than anything we've imagined.